Well, don't tell me y'all have this in S tier.
I got this in D tier.
Oh no! Stop it, Dion. Get out of here.
D is crazy.
That's
D is
insane.
It's not crazy for me because
Welcome to the Film Room Podcast. My name is Scott.
my name's Dion.
Would you say that all of your podcast listening needs are covered? You're all good there?
Nah, I'd say I'm looking for something, man. I'm looking for something.
Is that well? Boy, do I have good news for you, because today joining us on the podcast, we got Josh and Sam from the pod you're looking for.
Oh my goodness!
Hey.
Wow, what an
What's
intro!
up, gentlemen? On that note, I think it's time to get into our MCU tier list, baby.
Let's get into it.
I think it's time. So I'm just gonna name off. We're just gonna go in order. I'll mark them down, and then we'll kind of go through it at the end. Yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Iron Man, first movie that came out. I have this in A tier. What do you guys think?
So now, just as a preface, we all have to agree on the placement here.
I think so. I mean, if we got 3 out of 4, then we'll that one guy kind of screw him kind of situation. But like, we got S, we got A, B, C, D. To me, I have Iron Man in A because one, it's such a great start to this. The reason it's not S for me is I think the final climactic fight leaves a little bit to be desired. I just don't think it has as high highs as some of the S tier movies of this franchise. But for the first one, and I mean, even just opening this franchise, like by the end of it saying, I am Iron Man. Every other superhero movie before that was like, this is my disguise. Like I'm this alter ego. We're like, oh, he's just saying who he is. Insane stuff. This movie's great. A for me.
So good.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
You guys say A? What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking as you go through, there's somewhere it feels like, hey, it's kind of in between. I'm so with you. It is like the most A. You know, and if I had to tell you what I think an A tier Marvel movie is, I would say Iron Man. It fits it in so nicely. There's like a level where it doesn't reach the highs, like you're saying, but it's just one of the most rewatchable and fun to go back to. And maybe it is, yes, that it's just like the first one that you kind of feel like it. I don't know. It's like the birth and the dawn of all of it, but it's just so much fun.
And it's kind of just, and again, I know we don't want to keep this, we don't want to keep y'all until like 9 p.m. or whatever.
Yeah. I know we could do this for a long time.
I think that one of the cool things about just Iron Man is, even just from a technical standpoint, the release of it feels like it fits perfectly within that like early 2000s nostalgic era, along with like they had just figured out how to make CGI feel immersive and lived in. And so you kind of have it in this timeless space where it's got that like early 2000s just happy-go-lucky, this movie's coming out at a time where the genre was very untapped and unexpanded. But then you also have like all the special effects like still hold up. The story still is paced very well. It still plays out just as good as any other modern superhero movie would. So it kind of just fits technically like really well within everything else too. So I'd give it an easy A.
Dion, you got an A?
I put it at S, to be honest. Like I feel like
I had it. Am I in the minority? I mean, do you guys have an S or?
I'm okay to bring it. Yeah, what you guys? They both said A, I think, right? You guys both said A.
Yeah.
I'm okay with bringing it back down to A just because I'm in the minority here. But like to me, it's a lot of stuff you guys said. To me, it's the rewatch value. To me, I just think back to the point of like, this was like Iron Man. Like that wasn't someone like when I was growing up, I was like, oh man, dad, like we got to go see Iron Man. Like it was like, I was excited for X-Men, Spiderman, Hulk, like the people that I knew. So this was like a hero that I was like, I don't really know who that is. I was like, we were kids. So I was like, I don't even know who Robert Downey Jr. is. So like, there was no excitement for that movie to come out, me love it so much, and to be able to rewatch it so many times and being like, oh yeah, it still holds up. Like it doesn't lose anything for me. So that's why I put it at S. I don't want you guys to think like I went S happy during this tier list. This is just one of the few, but I'm okay with coming back down to S just because just to join everybody. So we're equilibrium.
All right. Yeah,
right, so one down, 85 to go. So we're
all right. Let's do it. Yeah, let's move it. I mean, this next one, I doubt we're going to spend a whole lot of time on. The Incredible Hulk. I have this in D tier.
Oh, okay.
What do you have this in S too?
No, I
don't. Easy S.
Yeah, go for it. Where do you have it?
I put it at B. And
B.
I put it
Really?
at B tier. Yeah, I mean, I guess you'd be surprised by some of my rankings. I guess based off just on the second one, but no, I put it at B because I think Edward Norton's like portrayal of it was actually pretty good.
Mhm.
I haven't rewatched it in a bit. I will say that. I'm not gonna say the rewatch values at the same level as Iron Man. Definitely not. But I think I liked it a lot more than the 2003 one that came out. 2004. I can't remember which year it came out, but I remember having a fun time with that. So I think that's why I ended up putting in B.
The problem I have with that, and then I'm gonna let you guys go in, but like, if that's B, then like what's C? What's D? Like even like what's the rest of your B? Like there's it just can't be B, bro, for me.
I mean, we'll find out as we go down. You'll see where
see.
my mind goes.
What do you guys think?
So Dion, you're B, and Scott, you said you're D.
I'm D on this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Honestly, I might split the difference and propose a C tier here.
Okay.
I feel like, and Josh and I have talked about this because we both love the original Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Same.
The first one got, critical, praise from everybody. Like everyone loved that movie. The other two, in my opinion, are just as good. And I think that unfortunately they were just like a victim of their time. And I think that if those movies came out today, you're talking about like a cinematic event. Like everyone's talking about those movies and everyone wants to go see them. I really think those movies do so much better if they're released as is today. And I think that Incredible Hulk does suffer from that a little bit. I think that if you released Incredible Hulk like somewhere within phase 4 with all the trash that we were getting, I think that movie, a lot more people like that movie. I think that the standard was pretty high because the sample size was small back then. And so I think that it got maybe more hate than it deserves. Now, I don't think it's a great movie, but I think that it certainly, it wasn't like the abomination, no pun intended, that people say it was. I would give it a C. Nice. I think it just kind of muddles through, but I love Edward Norton. I think Abomination's a great villain, and I love how it was the first one where you're like, oh, they're building something here, even past the post-credit in Iron Man. And so I give it all the credit that it deserves. But I definitely don't think it really deserves to be looked at as anything above like an average Marvel experience. I don't know where you're at, Josh, but
yeah, I'd lean toward agreeing with Scott. I would probably go D. But I'm also okay with a C. You know what I mean? So I can really flip either way.
Okay.
So if we want to do a little merge,
C?
we could do a little merge.
Yeah,
we could do C. I'm okay with C.
I guess we go C. Dion's
See,
pulling
with
that
my
bad boy
list,
up.
with my list, I went S, A, B, C, D to F. So B was middle of the pack for me. B is like right in the middle. That's why, to me, I was like, why is that crazy to go B? But we took out the which
B is middle of the pack, but this is not a middle of the pack movie.
I agree. So I need to see what else you put in B. That's when we
let's keep going.
Yeah,
maybe when we go through at the end, we could maybe do a few little tweaks after that because you got a power scale, right?
Like
We're only 2 movies into this.
I like that.
All right, next
hold back up
we
to
got
S.
Okay, Iron Man 2. I have this. This is a C tier for me. Not terrible, but forgettable villain. It's got some cool stuff like the suit up with the suitcase, the 2 fists in the suitcase onto the chest. Freaking awesome. There is some really cool stuff in this movie, but all in all, I find it relatively forgettable. And let's not forget, like when I put something in a C tier, I'm not saying this is a terrible movie. S is a high bar, man. Like there's a lot of great stuff in this. So like it's all relative to the rest of the MCU, but for me, I have it C. What do you guys think?
Scott's cooking.
Okay, me and Josh are on the same wavelength. I like that.
That's right. Well, heat check. Dion, where are you going?
Oh, did you guys say C? I didn't hear it. Did you guys both say C?
I would. I don't know where you're at.
If it's C for me, it's high C. I really have a fun time with this movie. I haven't, similar to what you guys were saying about Hulk, I haven't seen it in a while. So maybe my perspective on it is a little skewed because last time I saw it, we were in phase 3, I think. But I really think that I can't go B just because, like you said, the further we get into this franchise, the like I can't justify putting like Iron Man 2 in the same tier as like what would you say is like a not to spoil, but like a B tier movie? Like there's some B tier movies that like I couldn't put in the same level as Iron Man 2, but I
Yeah.
think that like I see a lot of people hating on it just as much as Incredible Hulk, and I don't think that's fair. I think, like you said, some of the special effects are great. I think Whiplash is a wasted villain, but I think that like that's where you get Black Widow.
It's just so you're right. It's just so forgettable to me. I sometimes I'm like, what exactly happened in Iron Man 2? You know,
I'll give it high
Yes.
high C, C
I don't know.
plus.
I don't know if you guys are on Letterboxd at all. I think I have it like a 6 out of 10. I think that's exactly where I'd go.
Sure. And
Yeah,
that's
no.
that's what I mean. That's not a D tier, but it's not.
No, it's not
B
bad.
is B's
We're on
pretty
the
good.
same. We're on the same. We're back on the same way. I give this a C too.
Okay,
we're
gonna
all
see.
back on the same.
We're so back.
All the same reasons. All the same reasons. Forgettable. I think this one I actually seen recently, and Robert Downey Jr. in this movie is hilarious. He's pretty funny in a lot of them. He has a whole stand up bit like in the first like 20 minutes of this movie. He's absolutely hilarious. But then besides that, like the actual villains and stuff like that, Mickey Rourke is great, but it's just like that villain he's playing is kind of just like meh. See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next we got Thor, the first Thor. I actually like this movie more than most people. I don't think it's a great movie, but I actually don't think it's as bad. I think it gets a little more hate, but objectively, it's not one of the best in the MCU. I have this in C tier as well. Could be convinced of B. Could be. Thoughts?
I like that. I like that reasoning.
I'll let you guys go. You guys go.
It's one that I have a hard time with, where I think I like the movie a lot more because I know the character of Thor now.
Yeah.
Less than I like the
Okay.
movie. So I'd probably go C, but I also understand that feeling because it's, even though the movie's just kind of meh, it's like I enjoy just knowing his character so much and where he goes that it makes those early moments feel that much more special. And then obviously when you can get like Stellan Skarsgård in there at any time, that's going to get a pop from us. So
Yeah. That stuff on Earth is really fun. I think where he's throwing the mug of bring me another, and he's just, he's just out of fish out of water. I think that stuff's great.
Yeah.
I think I'd give this one like an easy C, like perfect C, like just right.
Okay.
It's the most C one for me because I love the dynamic between Thor and Loki and just about like nothing else about the movie. Like I love the sequence where he's in the rain and he finally gets to the hammer and he's trying to lift it and he realizes that he's not worthy anymore. Like there's a lot to like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Josh and I are both church going people, and we kind of have this like joke amongst like our like fellow believers that it's like for people looking for a church, if they visit your church and you're like, so what'd you think? And they're like, well, I loved the worship. It means that they thought the preacher was a dope. And then if they say I love the sermon, it means the worship was kind of a something to forget. And so I feel like in this instance, if I'm looking at this movie and I'm saying, well, I really like the cinematography, that kind of I'm without saying it, I'm saying like everything else to me kind of stinks. And like I feel like with Thor, there are 2 or 3 things you can pick out and be like, this is amazing. And then just about everything else isn't just forgettable, it's just not good. And I think that like the stuff with Thor and Loki clearly had enough potential that it led to where it is now. But I can't credit it for just about anything else.
Yeah, it's like, hey, like, what do you think of my friend? She's really pretty, right? It's like she's super nice. She's super nice. You know what I mean? So we got 3. So I guess we're going C, but Dion.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I gave it a D tier to be honest. Like I remember at the time, I did not like the Thor movie, and I get what you guys are doing, and I can respect going up to C because what we get later. But to me, I'm like, no. Like if we didn't get Ragnarok and like what we get later on, and he gets to build and stuff like that, that's what would make you go back and be like, you know what, I can appreciate this movie more. But as a standalone movie, I remember just being like, yeah, I'm not really. But I'll move it up to C. Yeah. I'll move it up to C.
Okay.
Could be a C minus. Next, we got the Captain America First Avenger, the first Captain America movie. I actually think this is very rewatchable. I think it's like seeing him become Captain America, that stuff, I can do this all day, jumping on the grenade, seeing him earn that spot to be in that chamber or whatever, opens up the chamber. Immediately we get a fight. I'm chasing someone down. There's a lot of cool stuff. I think the villain's a little not forgettable, but not amazing. I have this in B tier.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Dion.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't. People aren't agreeing with me here.
We
Josh,
need
we've
Dion
been
first.
on the same wavelength. Where do you got, bro?
No, it's
go
over.
first?
It's over. We're done.
Damn.
Yeah, it's over with. It's over with. Yeah, I don't like Captain America that much. I started to appreciate him later on.
Gosh, guys, what?
Well, don't tell me y'all have this in S tier.
I got this in D tier.
No, stop it, Dion. Get out of here.
D
I
is
got this in
crazy.
D tier.
That's
D is
insane.
It's not crazy for me because I've put my foot down and I've stood on this hill of like when all the first couple movies come, I was like, man, I really don't like Thor. I don't like Captain America. I'm not going to watch any of these movies ever again. I didn't watch
It's the first
Thor
one.
2. I didn't watch Thor 2 and Winter Soldier until after Ultron because someone's like, you probably need to go watch those movies so you know what's going on. Because I was just so out on those characters.
Oh.
And I rewatched Captain America and I was like, yeah, it's still not for me. Maybe it's a Canadian thing, but it's not. But it's not because it's Scott. It's not. I don't feel patriotic with him or anything like that. But I just wasn't messing with Thor and Captain America. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You picked the wrong one. Like one of the takes on our podcast that like people will comment about is for some reason we just love this movie. Not for some reason, I mean good reason, but
Yeah.
Okay.
that is. I was in between either A or S, to be honest.
I'm going S just to raise the average here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Dude,
we're bell curving. We're bell curving.
This is tough. We need to figure this out then.
I love the heck out of this
Yeah.
movie, and maybe it's because there is like I grew up with an affinity for like your Band of Brothers project or your Saving Private Ryan or something.
Oh, I love those movies. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I think you guys, because Scott loves war movies. I'm like a big war movie guy, so I
Who
think
doesn't
that's
love
where you guys
CC
are leaning.
Nazis dying.
Hey, me too.
You know?
Yeah.
Dion, I thought you said you liked Wonder Woman though. I feel like Wonder Woman is just a worse
True.
version of First Avenger.
That's a good point.
I think the villain's better. The surprise reveal in Wonder Woman of who the villain is.
Wow.
I think
dude.
is better because I didn't see that coming at the time.
Okay.
Wow. I love this movie. I don't know. And I don't even think, and I know that a lot of people like this because it's like a whole like, oh, America thing. It's really not even that for me. I love Chris Evans from the moment he steps on screen. I buy him as Cap. And I didn't even like grow up. I dabbled in Cap comics, like I said, but I didn't even like, I wasn't obsessed over him. I saw him enough and respected him enough in kind of the zeitgeist, but I didn't like know of him. I love the heck out of this movie. I just think it plays so wonderfully. And I think it was the first time in the MCU where you're like, oh, this isn't just like a blast of a universe. Like I can be moved to tears over these movies. And I remember even as a kid, like I totally bought into the dynamic with him and Peggy. The end got me. And it was so like heart gut wrenching to be like, oh, he's not going to get that time back, And
the baseball game thing. Awesome.
Dude, yeah, I know. It's so good. I think that there's so much to love about this movie. I really like and I'm not usually like this. This is one of the few movies where people tell me they don't like it and I can't figure it out. Like I can't put myself in their shoes. I don't get it. Like I totally respect a different opinion. I can't
for
why
sure.
people don't like this movie, dude. I love it so much.
I understand.
I'll definitely have to rewatch. It just based off everyone's reaction here. I'll give it another go. And I will say, I will give it the edge that it shouldn't be on the same level as Thor. I'll give Captain America was more entertaining for me than Thor.
Yeah.
So I'd even notch it up from that. But
he'll be generous and give it a C, really.
Yeah, he'll be generous.
Yeah, I'll move it up to a C. I'll move it up to a C.
So you love this movie so much, and I don't have no problem with that because I like the movie. I think it's a good movie. I think it's very rewatchable. I enjoy it a lot. But again, when I just think of like relative to the rest of the MCU projects, this is top tier MCU. Like you're comparing this to like Infinity War and stuff. Come on,
it's right below
top tier solo stuff because I feel like.
See, but that's not what we're doing here, man. It's everything. It's everything, man.
Iron Man aside, I feel like you look at the other solo projects and you're like, I feel like so many of these, I watched through them to get to what it was building up to. Like you watch Thor and you watch Iron Man 2 to get to Avengers, and then you watch Iron Man 3 to understand why he doesn't have the arc reactor anymore. You know what? Like you under or maybe that's Iron Man 2. I can't even remember. Is it 3?
Yeah.
But you basically you're watching these movies at that point just as like a cog in the larger machine of like, I need to get through this to understand that. And Cap is like, I can't help but respect it just off the basis of like, if I'm not an MCU fan, I can watch this and walk away and I got like a full cinematic experience. And you can't say that about a lot of these movies. And even just off the basis of that, I love the movie. Just like if I was bringing a new fan in, I want to watch it in release order with them, but I almost think I'm most excited to show them Cap because I think it's the easiest to latch onto. You know, when you're starting to figure out the MCU, and I just think as like an MCU fan, it's like, I remember that was where it clicked for me, where I was like, oh, this is something worth investing in, you know?
I have a proposal.
No, it's fair.
Okay, we got to figure this out.
We get a pod you're looking for and a film room veto. And with the power of veto, I give it an A right now.
Okay, you're using that early.
He wants to use it early.
Next time it comes up, he's like, I have a proposal. We get 4 more vetoes.
We get 2 whole vetoes.
But even if we look at this like as a group, so I have it B. Dion moved up to C. Josh, you have it at A, correct? And Sam, you have it at S. Is that correct?
In all
likelihood,
if you guys were higher on it, I'd probably go A, just so that we kind of had like a, so that if we were more on a more common ground, I'd probably say A.
I think,
but
yeah, we give it a B plus. I mean, that's not a thing, but
I really like it, and I have it in B. I'm not mad at it going in A. You guys seem pretty passionate about it.
Using my veto,
Dion, you might have to get overruled here, man. I think as a group, it's just got to go. And the veto thing.
Rules are the rules, Scott. Rules are the rules.
I can stomach a B plus because hey, it's not about us. This isn't about us. We
have entered the film room.
Yeah, this is hallowed ground here, so we got to respect the film room here.
I'm gonna put it in A.
Smart man.
But again, we can revisit this. Maybe we'll take it afterwards. But okay. Moving forward, we have the Avengers, and I'm putting this in S tier because it's the first time we've ever had a movie like this. All of our heroes together. Like, this was a cinematic universe wasn't a thing before, right? Yeah. This is the first time this happened, and it totally delivers. The first 2 acts of the movie, I think, are so much fun, and then the final fight at the end is just bananas. This is top tier MCU for me. I have it in S.
Yeah, I'll let you guys go. You guys can give your thoughts. I'll go last on this one.
He's got a crazy rank on this one. I can already tell. Go ahead, guys.
Well, I'm kind of internalizing it because I love Cap. But like that's like my personal preference. But like objectively, I don't think you can put Avengers at, like your most negative take. I don't think can be below an A. Like I think it's just even just off the basis of like impact in the larger universe. Dion. You know, and I understand that like when you have a movie like that, you can't necessarily, as much as I love Cap 1, really put it in that same thing. So I get there are some that we're gonna have to revisit, but I totally agree. I think that Avengers is S tier just on the basis of how impactful it is. Like it proved that something like this could be done. I mean, like history, like cinematic history, like these movies can be pulled off, and it's not a joke. Like and again, my one issue with Avengers 1 is Cap's suit. Like, but like in the larger scale of the story, like these things can be done and not be campy. These things can be pulled off, and you don't have to restrict it to like a Smallville show or an animated show. Like you can actually get these people in a room together and make magic happen. So I think S, just off of like the production value and societal impact, let alone, like you said, Scott, how good the story is, but
I'm good with S, especially if Dion agrees.
Yeah, no, I'm good with S. I don't have any crazy takes on this one. 100% it's an S. I think a lot of the stuff you guys were saying, like, just not to beat a dead horse, but like it's just cinematic history, like you said. Like I have family members that aren't even Marvel fans, aren't DC fans, that love that movie. Like that pulled them in. It was one of those moments where it was like, oh, everyone's talking about it. So I guess I should go watch this because like it was just such a big thing. It changed literally the next 10 years of movies. Because before that, like the bar was like it was Lord of the Rings, it was the Harry Potters. Those are the movies that were taking over. It was all like that kind of stuff. And then these superhero movies came in. It's like, no, this is the wave. The medieval stuff is, and like the magic stuff is like the fantasy stuff is all still really popular, but like superheroes about to just take over for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fully agree.
That's my secret, Dion. I'm always angry. Iconic moments, it's got it all. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Iron Man 3. I have this in D tier. This is
Damn.
This is not a yo. I don't know where you're about to go, but this is not a good movie, bro. I don't care about Tony without the suit. It's okay, whatever. The Mandarin, I have a D. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't have it that high either, to be honest. But I didn't expect you to go that low. I put it at I gave it
nothing
a B.
in D tier right now.
I gave it a B, but I'm okay with putting in C tier. I liked it more than Iron Man 2. I like Guy Pearce being in there. I don't know, for whatever reason I was more interested in that one than the second one. So, but I'm okay with moving it down to C tier, to be honestly, because it is a little forgettable. There's not a lot of rewatch value, I think. What about you guys?
This is one that's not like I can really be fine wherever we go, so I'm not like set on anything. I personally would go B tier. I really like it. I think it's less about what I see on screen of the typical superhero stuff and more what it's just dealing with. I feel like the things that they tackle are done in a very real way. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, this actually could be done this way. Like if you were actually in these situations, like this is actually what the ramifications would look like, you know? So I always liked the Tony kind of being like on his own, without his tech, dealing with depression, all those types of angles. But I do get like even the final fight could be a little underwhelming or just kind of looks a little eh. So I'm okay either way, wherever we go.
This to me, like if the Mandarin fake out in this movie wasn't a fake out, I think we're talking about an A tier Marvel movie. I think I think the second that the Trevor Slattery plot twist happens, this movie is no better than Iron Man 2. And this is one of the few Marvel movies where I feel like a visceral frustration with, because I really I think that like the fake Mandarin, when you think he's legit, he's one of the coolest villains that the MCU has like theoretically presented if he's real, but he's not. And I just remember being so incredibly annoyed that he was just like a drunk dope. And now in Wonder Man, they write the ship and he's one of the more compelling side characters.
That changes it a lot.
However, that's like what are we? Like 11 years later, 12 years later. So for so long I was very frustrated with that movie because I felt like if the Mandarin is legit, you finally have this like gritty, like Bane-esque like monologuing villain in the MCU that just is like killer, man. Like he just seemed so imposing. And just the idea that in a universe where there are gods of thunder and men that make nanotech suits and can fly, you have this just a warlord that really fills the screen like that. And we had it for like 25 minutes. And then he just was revealed to be a schmo. And I was so irritated about it.
So where would you go?
So I don't think I can rank this higher than a C. And I think it's on the same level as Iron Man 2. I think it goes C for me.
Okay, so it's going in C.
So let's see.
Iron Man 3. I'm not mad at that.
You are right. We do need a D.
It's
A
coming.
nice D.
It's coming. Give us
Yeah,
about
we don't
5
have any-
seconds. It's coming.
Oh, Thor: The Dark World. Okay, yeah, this is D tier for me. This is in contention for the worst movie in the MCU.
It's really bad.
You think it's that bad?
Yeah.
I don't know if I think it's that bad.
The worst?
What's the word? What's worse?
The
than this
Marvels,
movie?
Ant-Man.
See, we're not. But
Okay,
we're
we're not going that far.
We're not going
Okay,
that far,
so
right?
if we're
Oh,
not counting
Ant-Man. You say Ant-Man is worse than Dark World? Okay,
Quantumania,
the third
sorry.
one. The third one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that one's
fair
horrible.
enough.
But we're not going there. That's
Yeah,
that's for the next
Right.
collab.
Then fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
if it's
So
Infinity
D tier?
Saga, then I agree.
I'm saying it's D tier. I don't know if anyone's fighting for Thor
anyone
2.
Josh is going S for you or
Yeah,
D?
yeah, probably S. Yeah, maybe S plus. New.
S plus.
Let me propose a new thing. We
What's above an S?
yeah. S plus.
S plus.
All right. We don't got to spend a lot of time on that. That's going D tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Speaking of
S tier for me.
yeah, S.
S tier for me. Just seeing Captain America as, the prideful guy, America first, like I follow the rules and everything, and now it's like, oh, but there's a problem inside. Now you're who we're chasing. He's got to go against the grain. The whole like spy thriller aspect that we didn't really know what was going on. Super exciting. I mean, the Winter Soldier himself, Bucky's really freaking cool. We got some great fights. And the elevator scene, come on now.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And this is kind of what I was talking about with the MCU taking things with each project in directions that we couldn't have foreseen. Like, obviously there is stuff in the comics where Hydra infiltrates SHIELD, but like that's such a compelling ththing to squeak in there and to make it work. And I love Robert Redford being in there. I think that his performance is fantastic. I love that whole, like, I love like the government corruption stuff in movies. Like, I think like the whole like conspiracy thing is so good, and it plays off so well in a Cap movie where you have this like titular hero who's so dedicated to what's right, and then like you flip it on its head where, this world that he's bought into in the present day because it seems to match his virtue. What if he finds out that even that has some issues, like how does this character who's just trying to find his footing in the modern day, like what does he do when the one thing he's trusted in falls short again? You know what I mean? So it's so good, man. And it's
great.
Gosh, dude, and all the stuff with Bucky and everything, it's so awesome. I love it.
See, it's way better than Captain America 1, bro, and you have them in the same tier. What are we doing here?
Oh my gosh.
You think they're on the same level? No way, bro. No way.
So you guys both go. Are you guys both going S?
Yeah, I'll go S.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dion?
I gave it an A. No, I didn't shit on this one. This is one of the ones where they don't like. Scott gave it an A too.
No, I gave this S.
It's not even that.
You gave this one S?
Funny.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
that's
S tier
fair.
movie,
Okay.
bro.
Nah, I put it in A tier because again, that says a lot too. Because I already established that I don't really like Captain America. This is one of the ones where. When it was our friend Ian Scott, he told me, he's like, dude, you haven't seen Winter Soldier? Go back and watch it. I went back and watched it. I'm like, damn, okay. I'm upset with myself that I didn't get to see this in theaters. I had to watch this on a laptop, just like Christopher Nolan would have intended any of his other films. Just on a laptop,
70mm
no
laptop.
IMAX, just laptop speakers. And I was like, damn, man, I wish I saw this in theaters.
So,
yeah.
Oh, no, go. You finish. Finish first.
Well, no, I was just gonna say the only reason I don't put it in S tier just because I feel like S tier is just I have a certain level of movies that live in that space, and to me, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but I had to make some separation of like, no, there's a difference between like an A tier movie, an S tier movie, and no, I thought it was a great film. Honestly, I don't have anything really like to hate on it. I liked this different take, like you were saying, on Cap and how him having to deal with different things. It was fresh, and it wasn't what I expected when I watched the film.
That totally fair, but I bring you back to Incredible Hulk being B tier now, and then Winter Soldier being A tier. That's just a tough look.
Yeah, that's illegal. That's just illegal. Like, so
Hey,
don't worry, we've corrected that.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
So I think this is going S. This is going S.
This is going fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the minority, so
yeah, and you were far off, so we're just bumping you up a little bit. That's okay. Okay, moving on to Guardians of the Galaxy. I have this in A tier. I think it was so fresh. We had never seen anything like this. Obviously, moving forward, it changed a lot of the MCU. Now we're getting a lot of movies like this. But at the time, like it's such a fresh take because we had gone from all this older movies with Batman and any of these old super movies that were super campy, and then kind of like Nolan made it a little more prestige and cool, and then the MCU, like you said, was taking that and making like an Avengers movie, not super campy, but like legit. There's weight in these movies. And this one didn't necessarily go back to campy, but it just went like so much lighter with it and fun. And we had just never seen this before, and it totally works. The reason it's not S for me is just because Ronan is like a big old nothing. Like the villain kind of sucks, but just this fresh take, seeing this like group of misfits come together, introducing space and everything. I love this movie.
I'll let you guys can go. You guys can
like
jump
it.
in on this
I
one.
like A tier.
Poor Dion's getting played off like he's in the Oscars. He's giving a speech and they're playing him off every time.
Yeah, we're just changing his ranking on every single one. But do you guys A, S, where B? What do you guys think?
This is very high A for me.
Okay.
I could like be swayed into an S even. I think it's
Nah.
I think it might be the best.
It's not there.
I think there's an argument that it's the best Guardians. I'm not saying I feel that way, but I'm saying like there's like several arguments where it is an S tier movie. It is the best Guardians movie. I just think it was so surprising. Now my frustration with the movie kind of is just that like it existing kind of paved the way for a lot of the MCU later on to be a joke.
Yeah.
But
I'm with you.
Thank you, James.
But I think
that's not the movie's fault.
No, it's
right?
not. And so, but I think like just looking at the movie as this individual, story, I think it's so good. Again, like you said, I never liked Ronan. I don't even really buy characters like Drax yet, but like I think the dynamic that they have together and just getting me to really buy into characters I've never heard of walking into the theater. I just think that's so great. I remember I went with my dad, and my dad is notorious for falling asleep in every movie theater. And he was wide awake, and that's just that's just
that doesn't scream A. I don't know what does.
Yeah, that's S tier. That's guaranteed S tier, right?
That to me is like the objective gauge, because as a comic book fan or as a comic movie fan, I'm always going to be wide awake for these things. But like, can you take somebody who maybe doesn't know everything there is to know and get them to be roped in? And I remember even back in 2014, I was 13 years old. That movie had everybody hooked. Everyone loved those movies. Everyone was cheering by the end, and nobody walked in knowing what Groot was. You know what I mean? So I just think that it's a great story. But yeah, there are like Dion was saying, there is like an exclusive club for these S tier movies. So it's hard for me to put it in there. But yeah, Josh, what are you feeling?
No, I agree. I think it's just an A. Though. I don't think it sniffs S, to be honest with you.
Oh, interesting.
I think it's good. You have a good point, Sky. It's so good because you would just come off of the Winter Soldier. You'd come off Avengers 1. You'd come off the Dark Knight trilogy. Everything is so gritty.
Yeah.
It's just so nice to have that jokey kind of vibe, So I'm with you. I'd go A.
Yeah, that's where I'd put it too. I'd put it in A. Okay. And again, it's just the same things that you guys were saying. It was just so fresh, and it's funny, Sam. I had the exact same experience. I saw it with my dad too. He falls asleep in every movie, and he walked out. I was like, I've never even heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy, but that movie was funny, and I'm like, I never heard of them either, and I was enjoying it. I was like, it was just such a fun time. So. Yeah, that is the bar. Yeah. Does Dad stay awake during it? It's A tier.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, at least A.
Yeah, it's not a guaranteed A, but it's a box that it has to check. You know?
Yes.
What I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have Avengers: Age of Ultron. I also have this in A tier. I freaking love this movie. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think Ultron is a really compelling villain. Seeing Tony kind of like have to pay for his mistakes and face the consequences of what he's trying to do is really compelling. I think the reason it's not S necessarily for me is I think they kind of fumbled the twins a little bit. Like, we have Wanda, who's one of the strongest, if not the strongest person in the universe right now. And her brother that was made from the exact same way got clapped in that same movie. Like, how, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that was kind of lame, the whole Quicksilver thing. But yeah, this movie has some really great stuff. The Hulkbuster, seeing that was freaking awesome. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Like, so many great things about this movie. I really like it. I have it in what did I say? A.
You said A tier?
I have it A. Yeah.
I actually put it. I have to jump in on this one because I didn't dislike it. It's not D tier or anything, but I put it at B. Because this is actually like historically the Avengers movie that I say is my least favorite Avengers movie because I actually didn't like Ultron that much. and I didn't like how they handled the twins. I think there's a lot of fun moments like you talked about, but yeah, no, I just didn't love Ultron that much as a villain. Like to me, and just in the landscape, because now we're talking about all the movies of like all the great villains. I never be like, oh, Ultron's up there. It's like it's he's kind of not for no, I can say he's forgettable. That might be too tough of a word to say he's forgettable, but I just wasn't bought in too much on Ultron. He's there and he's out really quickly. We just get him really there for the one movie. So like it just doesn't. It's not one that I go back to if I'm gonna go rewatch Avengers movies.
I agree.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Where do you guys have it?
For the longest time, it was one of my favorites, and I haven't seen it in a while. But I think it's people call it the Avengers movie to forget. Like I disagree. It honestly paved the way for things like Civil War, Ragnarok, Infinity War. Like it paved the way for so many of the movies that followed. It's so important to the larger narrative. There are some issues I have with it. I do think Ultron is wasted, and I say that as somebody who loved him. Like I would have loved to have seen more, and I know we're getting him in the Vision Quest show, but I would have loved to have seen him, more. And I definitely, honestly think that he's like an Avengers villain that you could stretch into like multiple movies, But like I didn't like how they kind of, after fleshing out Natasha, I didn't like how you restricted her to just being like a love interest in that movie. It didn't really make sense. It felt like you were going backwards with her character. I felt like the Hulk stuff was better than it's ever been in the MCU, but the Bruce Banner stuff, similar thing. You almost restricted him to just being like the sappy lover guy, and I didn't really like that whole thing. I hate what they did with Quicksilver. It bummed me out because I love Quicksilver so much. But I think that there's so much to love in those movies. I think it's one of the best like shot Marvel movies. I think the cinematography is so fantastic. I love like the orange tint on everything. I think it's so cool, and it really kind of it added to. We've talked about like how in the Harry Potter movies you really get a sense for how this universe is growing and darkening based on how dark the movies get. And I thought that it was a great touch to kind of make that a more somber tone to kind of pave the way for things like Civil War and Infinity War and like Thanos coming and all that. It's definitely got a lot going on. It kind of suffers from like an Amazing Spider-Man 2, like how much stuff are we going to cram into one movie type thing. But I just think the stuff it lands is so good. I have this in high B, low A. Like I could be swayed either way, but I'll put it in a low A tier. I'll put it there.
I would lean B, because two things: I love the Avengers no matter what, so it's kind of one of those things that there's a floor that like as long as there's not something ridiculous, I'm going to enjoy the movie a lot. But for whatever reason, there's just something about the movie that there's like a vibe I get that I'm just not fully into it. And I can't explain why really. Maybe it's just the things like some missed humor. I think there's a little bit in there. Again, it kind of mixes together. The Natasha stuff obviously is huge. It just all gives me where I feel like I'm almost just a little outside of it. You know what I mean? And the other Avengers films just don't give me that at all. Like obviously, like those I'm all the way in on. So I don't know. I'd go B. And
all right. So we got you guys at B. Dion was at B. I was at A. So B it is.
B it is.
B it is.
I'm glad I wasn't off the board. I was scared everyone was gonna go S and A again, and I was like, damn. But I'm glad we're on the same wavelength with this one.
All right. Next we have Ant-Man. Ant-Man. I have this in B. I think it's a fun movie, but it's not setting the roof on fire.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Agree? Disagree?
I put it.
We can make that one quick. I think it's an easy B. I think it's so enjoyable, but it's not like that necessary to.
I'd go C, but I'll come up
C?
if the group agrees a B. So
yeah, I'm good with the B. It kind of has like it wasn't groundbreaking in the sense like we got comedy at this point. Like we got like Guardians gave us that. This movie had a lot of comedy too. I think one of my favorite bits is just when I forget the character's name. He's telling the stories and they keep cutting back and forth. And it's his voice over everybody. Yep. That was just like comedy gold to me at the time. And I was like, this is absolutely hilarious. And so I gave it a B, literally just for that scene too.
Okay, easy B, quick one there. Captain America: Civil War. This might be an easy one too. This is S tier for me. This is basically an Avengers movie. Freaking awesome front to back. Awesome villain. Black Panther gets introduced. We see everybody like iconic moments with like the airport, Spiderman. Yeah, great point. Let's this movie's loaded. S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's S tier. Yeah, you guys are not
I'm
gonna.
with you.
I'm not gonna fight that. And yeah, no, it basically is an Avengers movie. That
Yeah.
I think that was always my gripe a little bit when people, but like, yeah, but because when I tell people I don't like Captain America, like, yeah, but he's got the best trilogy. I'm like, one of his movies is an Avengers movie, first of all,
Yeah.
and Winter Soldier is like a light Avengers movie. He's got one movie where it's just him, so it's a little, it's not fair to say, but his movies are great. Besides the first
Guardians might have the best trilogy. If we're gonna make that debate,
Yeah, might.
could be
I
Guardians.
heard some people saying Iron Man, and that's when I
Definitely
wanted
not.
to end
No,
the
I-
conversation.
no.
But
Well, good thing they're not on
Yeah,
this
definitely
podcast
not.
right now.
yeah,
Oh, well,
exactly.
Thor's the best trilogy, easy.
there you go.
All right, S tier,
Okay,
Cap.
Civil War S tier. Next we have Doctor Strange. I have this in B tier. I think this is a fun movie. I think, the introduction of magic was really cool. Visually, really cool. When they're fighting and the city's flipping around and like all that stuff's really cool. Again, doesn't have super high highs. That final act is kind of meh.
Mhm.
Mads Mikkelsen. I can't even remember his character's name, but he's kind of meh.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
B tier for me.
What is his name? I'm so close.
Yeah, what is his name?
Shoot. I'm just gonna blurt it out. I'm gonna just.
I forget his
Yeah,
name
yeah.
too.
I'm good with B tier.
Yeah, I'm good with B tier too. It's like you said, Scott. The biggest thing that I think about that movie when I think back to it from not seeing it in a while is the visuals. And we kind of joked on that earlier, where it's like if that's what you're harping on, it can't be too high.
Yeah.
The story was good.
Caecilius.
Ooh, well done.
Oh,
Well done. Did you Google that? Did you
Yeah, he
Google that?
googled it.
The phone is shut
He
off,
Googled it.
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Awesome.
Okay,
Dome.
all
Nicely
right.
done.
Okay,
Nicely
all
done.
right.
We got the tape.
Listen,
All
I
right.
think like visually, this is one of the most amazing MCU movies they've ever done.
Yeah.
From a story standpoint, I think it kind of just has nothing to really gravitate towards. And I've
Yeah.
heard that if you go into this movie on drugs, it's the most amazing experience.
Mm.
I've never done drugs, and I would put it in C. But maybe that's
C?
why. Maybe I got to try.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Man. So
Yeah,
the
don't
rest of us
start
have a
just
B
for
though.
Doctor Strange.
We'll
if
go
you're
to
gonna
B. I'll go
start.
to B. I'll go up to B.
Okay. Doctor Strange is in B tier.
I'll go up to B.
All right. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Volume 2. I have this in C tier. I really don't like the ego angle of the movie. I really don't care for that. I think this movie is very Peter central. The stuff with Yondu, like that fatherly figure, I think that stuff's great. Even the stuff with ego, that's Peter. So like I couldn't even tell you what the rest of the Guardians are even doing for the rest of this movie. So it kind of doesn't feel as much like a Guardians movie, like they're that impactful to the story. I have this C tier.
Yeah, that's in the defense of the Guardians movie. There usually are Peter movies for the most part. It's called Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's mostly centered around him.
Sure.
Not really. The first and the third aren't really. He's part of the team.
Yeah, I guess.
feel
Yeah, I
he's-
guess more so the third. Yeah, it's more. I'm higher on this film. Like I'll say, like I actually have this film at A tier. This is actually one of my favorite movies.
Wow.
I the ego, because I have the exact same opinion on you. I like the ego stuff, and that flip of him saying that I put the tumor in your mom's like head absolutely floored me. I did not see that coming,
Yeah.
and I was like, holy crap, that's a
Yeah.
crazy twist.
Yeah.
Just the way he delivered it too, and then the zoom in on Star-Lord's face, I was just like, whoa, what did he just say? So like that's always been a
What?
moment for me from watching these movies where I was just like, okay, yeah. So I'm actually pretty high in this movie. And
Wow,
Drax,
okay.
this is when Drax, I think, really went up. He was funny in the first movie, but he was just every time he talked, it was basically one liner. Yeah, exactly.
That is so
Yeah,
funny,
you saying you don't know what they were doing. You couldn't see Drax in the movie. That's why.
Yeah, and that's a good thing? No.
I
I
No,
wanna see what
he's
he's
just
doing.
classic. What about you guys? What do you guys think?
I'd probably go high B for I think this is the last time that the joke a minute thing worked in the MCU, and I think it works so well. It's the funniest MCU movie for me. Like I could return to this. Yeah, I get a kick out of this movie. I think that it's I don't know. And again, this is why I like Avengers Age of Ultron, because it's like you're catching this team like in their prime. You know what I mean? The last time they really had they were just on like a happy-go-lucky adventure together. Like I think that it's great to see the Guardians just on like a standalone adventure together. And I love the humor. I love the plot twists with Ego and everything. I do think it suffers in the middle when they stuff Gamora and Nebula in a cave together and just leave them to rot. I think that, they're once they get onto the planet, like Drax kind of has nothing to do, and so he's caught in this thing with Mantis where they're just going back and forth the whole time. And I don't really like what are they called? The gold people. What are they? The Sovereign or something?
Oh,
was it the Sovereign?
Sure. Let's go with that.
It sounds cool.
I forget.
I didn't really. I thought that they were kind of shoehorned in as well, but I love the stuff with Yondu. I'd give it a high B, and I love the soundtrack. I think it might be the best one in the trilogy.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack's always great in these movies.
Josh, you seem like you agree with me a little bit more.
Just when you pulled me out, Scott, you pulled me right back in, baby. We're going C.
Okay,
I'm all the way in on this. I just never got it. I never loved it.
Yeah. So you have C, you said?
Yeah, I'd go C, but I'm okay with D if that's where you go.
All right. So what did we decide on? Are we moving at?
I think we settle on B here. I think Sam's got a B. You have an A. I have it C. We can be in the middle. Josh seemed like he was okay with a B. So I feel like a B is fair here for Guardians.
All right, we'll go B.
2. Okay.
Sweet.
Spider-Man Homecoming. I have this B. I think this is I mean, I love Spider-Man, so like that's already pulling up. Oh, Josh, I've lost him.
No, that was you know what that was, Scott?
Oh,
that was me going, yep, we're just right
he's
back.
Got it. Okay. Right. Never mind. Sorry. I judged the book incorrectly by the cover there, but yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a good Spider-Man movie. The villain's okay. Sam was making a really good point earlier about like kind of the Peter Parker struggle being underwhelming in this movie. But it's good. B. I have a middle of the pack B. Dion?
You guys can jump in. Can jump in.
I'm B as well. The take I've always had is I think we talked about earlier Tom not having any sort of like bigger challenge for his character than it just being, hey, can he get the girl that just wants to get him to like him? Yeah. I feel like if they had that boat scene where he's trying to hold the ship in together, the two halves, if instead of Iron Man coming to save it, he had just totally dropped it. And I know that sounds dark, but like if there was a situation where there was total chaos there, like so that he really has to deal with the ramifications of what it means to be Spider-Man, I would easily put this in A. Because I feel like the gripe people always have is, oh, Iron Man comes and bails him out the whole time. That situation, if you take out that, I think it changes so much for both of those narratives.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So what letter did you give? Maybe I
go B.
I didn't hear what.
B.
You gonna go B? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Sam?
I'd go B as well. I just rewatched this the other day with my it was my sister's birthday, and so we rewatched this together because she's kind of trying to get back into the Spider-Man groove before the new one comes out. And I'll tell you what, it's one of those movies, and there are, now that Marvel is so broad and vast in terms of it's just how much there is to sample, it's one of those movies, unfortunately, that I feel personally gets grouped into like, now that the character has been fleshed out so much, it's very hard to return to him at this point where the character and his story is so contained in this one small, all he's worried about is taking Liz to prom. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't invest myself as much now that I've seen him make that ultimate sacrifice and everyone forgot who he is. And like, now that I've seen him come into his own, it's really hard to go back to this. It feels kind of like your character reached level 50 and now you're just going back to the training levels again. It's like, I can do it, but like, I don't know if I want to. It's hard for me to revisit, but I remember talk about twists. I loved the Vulture as Liz's dad thing. I remember like that was the loudest theater reaction, Infinity War, Endgame aside, that I had ever heard. Like at first people were like, did he kidnap Liz? Is he just in there like a serial killer, just like man in the house? Like, and then it's like, oh, he's her freaking dad. It's like people couldn't believe it. And I that was a great moment. So I give the movie credit where credit's due, and I love the angle of like Aunt May almost immediately finds out that he's Spider-Man. I think that's really cool because it's a fresh take. It's hard to return to it now that we've fleshed out the character so much. So I'd go B.
Yeah, that's fair. And you beat me to the punch. That was gonna be my one of my big selling points. Is again the twist. That was another twist for me. that where when that happened again, it got me in the theater. And I'm a big Michael Keaton fan. I put this one at A. Like, I'm a big Beetlejuice guy. I love the OG Batman movies. I just love Michael Keaton when I see him in movies. I think he's great as the Vulture in this. So that all bumps up too. And that also that reveal, which does involve him. Love Spider-Man too. So I'm okay with moving it down to B just to be with the majority. But for me, it's A tier.
No, I get that.
Nice. Yeah, totally good.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a B tier against Dion's wishes, as most of these cases are. Next, we have Thor Ragnarok. I have this in A tier. I think it's super funny. I think it's got a really cool villain, and they have to beat her in a very interesting way. The whole like what this does moving forward with Infinity War coming very soon after this, and like where this takes Asgard and Thor, I think is really interesting. Again, this is maybe one that like maybe has as we keep getting the Guardians of the Galaxy-ified joke a minute type of stuff, maybe like it starts to get a little tired now, but I don't think it was yet. So I think this movie really worked, and I have it in A tier.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Scott. I agree with you. And it was the same thing. To me, it still felt fresh because it was in this Thor world where we weren't getting that. So it was like we watched this movie and it's like, oh man, Thor is cracking jokes now. And like it was so fresh to get that. So like that made me like really like it. And I was all in. I was like, you know what? Now I like Thor. I don't want to talk about Love and Thunder. That's for a story for another day. But but this one, I was like, okay, yeah, exactly. This was one where I was like, okay, I'm all in on this one. How do you guys feel though about it?
I think we make it simple. You in on A?
I'm in on A.
I'm all in on A.
Yeah. I think you got to be a great movie to make me care about the main character like 10 years after he was introduced. You know what I mean? You got to be a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Okay. Black Panther is the next one.
You guys just reviewed this, didn't you?
No, actually, that clip that you're referring to was an old clip that we did.
Okay.
We did that episode a while back. But no, I love this movie, and I mean, this was such a huge one, especially in the Black community. Like, I remember going to like the barbershop. Everybody, you seen Black Panther yet? And like, no one would ever talk about MCU projects before, like in that type of light, in that type of situation. But the movie itself, I can't put it S tier. I don't think it has the highest highs that some of these S tier movies do. But I have it just below that in A tier. I think the Killmonger is really cool. I think what it did introducing, like we saw Black Panther for the first time in Civil War. So that was highly anticipated. The whole cultural aspect of everything, like really cool stuff with the visuals too. And like the shutting down the waterfall, all that stuff, the challenge, a lot of good stuff. I have it A tier.
Yeah, no, it's the same for me too, and I agree with you. That's why it's not ST for me, because it doesn't get the high of highs. Because to me, that's where we put those S tier movies, where it's like, how high do we get? And this one, it was fresh too, because again, now we're getting a new superhero. It's something that I actually used to see. Like, my dad actually had a couple of the Black Panther like comic books and stuff like that, and we used to watch some of him in like the cartoons and stuff like that. So I was obviously familiar with it, and like I was a fan of it. The Killmonger aspect of it, I didn't know how they were gonna go with that character, and the Michael B. Jordan just absolutely killed it. He's one of the most like iconic and memorable villains just throughout the whole thing, and it bummed me out how he went out, because I was just like, man, like, can we not just keep him around and just like figure out a way for him to come back into the story and stuff like that? But yeah, it's A, easy A for me.
I'm good with A. I'm fine with that. It's like in between A and B for me, to be honest.
Okay.
And I'm fine with both.
Guys in a tough category. We're like, the black guys are saying it's A. What do you guys think?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you almost like can't go against it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was a little too cultural for me. A little too much spice. A little too much spice on it.
Yeah. I and I'm not saying this to spite Josh or anything. I really would put this in A.
Okay.
I haven't. You think about like how much Christopher Reeve's Superman meant to people. And that like it was a situation where not only did people like the movie, but like when Christopher Reeves was walking into a room, people were like, Superman's here. They couldn't see the separation between the actor and the role. And in terms of just what that meant for people, that the character was embodied so fully that it felt like it carried into the culture. And I remember just being so moved incredibly by seeing how much the character of T'Challa and the performance from Chadwick Boseman meant to people. And I think that's a rare situation where the quality of a movie extends beyond just, is the movie itself good? I think that it's a whole other conversation when you have young boys and girls feeling inspired because they see themselves on the screen, and somebody that they can look up to and want to embody or replicate. And I think, again, you can go here or there about, the final fight, the CGI looks like it was made in Blender, or
that wasn't the best.
You could go here or there about certain, are certain,
what are those?
Right? What are those? Are certain dialogue things kind of forced in there, that don't really age too well? But I think, man, Chadwick Boseman was one of truly the hardest working actors that I personally have had to lose. In my lifetime. I just felt such an attachment to him. I can't even imagine you guys and how that must have meant for you guys. And so I respect a movie so much for having just a profound impact that extends beyond the movie itself. I just think it rocks. And I wish we had gotten more of Chadwick. That's probably the biggest bummer for me of any of this. Not even just because I think it would have made the MCU succeed, which I think it would have in phases 4 and 5. But I wish the people who gravitated towards him in that first movie got to experience that for longer, that it wasn't contained to just the one movie. But A for me.
I'll move to a safe A so that the film room listeners don't come for my head.
Beating the allegations.
Yeah, right.
No, we're just messing with you. Even if you said it was D tier, it's not like we'd come at you and be like, I delete this podcast.
Yeah.
Unfollow.
Why couldn't
them.
it have been White Panther? God damn it. Okay. Next we have Infinity War. Easy S.
Yeah, S.
Easy S. Like
Yeah,
this is
tier.
maybe the best movie in the MCU.
And I was gonna say best MCU movie. I don't think any question. I would say second to The Dark Knight, but that's the best superhero movie outside of it. My opinion.
It's pretty freaking awesome.
It's insane.
It's got one of the best jaw drops moments in just movie history. Like we take it out of just superhero movies. Like when's the last time you felt that feeling when Infinity War ended, where you were just like, wait, what?
Well, yeah.
That's not many movies period do that to people.
Nope.
You should have gone for that.
Oh, dude,
are you kidding me, man?
So freaking good.
It's
so good.
Yeah, it's so funny because I remember going in with a couple buddies at the time, and we were like, "Oh man!" When we're waiting in line, because again, this was a movie people were wrapping around the building waiting to get in. Like I remember me and my buddy every time as we were walking in, we were like, if people start filing out, we gotta plug our ears or leave the area so that we don't hear any spoilers. And then people walked out, and nobody was saying anything, and you were like, what just happened? You know what I mean? Like nobody's even talking about this thing. Like, did they see Avengers? I wonder, and then you go and you see it and you're like, oh dude, this is I feel like we just watched a funeral. You know what I mean? Like I get it, and then we're the ones walking out and you see the look on other people's faces. It was such an interesting experience. I'll never forget that.
Dude, it's got everything. The action, the crazy ending, the humor, the big scale and weight, dude. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, we talk about before, these movies feeling like an event.
Yeah.
None more than this. And Endgame obviously was on a different level. Like when this movie came out, you couldn't, if you hadn't seen the movie, you couldn't go online. You just couldn't.
Yeah, no.
The
memes are just out there.
Everybody was talking about it as insane stuff.
Yeah.
Easy S tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Followed up by an easy
The one
D
thing I
tier
will
for
say
me.
before we jump into the next one. Damn, easy.
Okay.
It just made me bring me back to the Doomsday trailer where it's just this. It reminded me because this movie starts with obviously Thor getting just dummied by Thanos. And in the Doomsday trailer, he's the first one to see Doomsday. So he's just always the one to get clapped and then has to come back to the team and be like, yo, next guy, he's different than the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. So yeah, easy D tier for me, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes.
Agree,
100%.
disagree? Yeah.
I gave it a
Totally
C.
forgettable
I didn't
movie.
hate it. I didn't hate it that much, but yeah, but I'm not gonna fight. If we want to go, I'll just jump into a D tier. We can do that.
Where are you at with this? We've
D,
never
yeah,
talked.
no, I'm a D tier for sure.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked we haven't had deep conversations about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah. That'd be a
it's-
5-minute conversation. There's nothing to talk about in that movie.
Yeah,
I might even like it worse than Dark World. Is that crazy?
No, it's not.
I mean, it does have an interesting ending. The hook is good.
Well,
the
yeah,
hook
yeah,
of
yeah.
like
Well,
when
that's
it's
the whole
like,
thing.
oh,
But
he
that's-
gets trapped.
But that's not really the move. This is movie. That's like an Endgame prequel. That's not really a
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
That's-
That is fair.
That's the whole thing. Is like, you know, you're there. Nobody in that theater when that movie came out was there for Ant-Man. They were there for a post-credit scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, D.
Yep.
Yeah.
That brings me back too, also because it made me think that like I remember there was a kid and his dad was starting to walk out, and he's just like, "Dad, come on! Like, how many times do we gotta know that there's an end credit scene? You can't leave yet."
Yeah.
And I was like, "This guy." They were just one of those things like you guys haven't learned yet. Like we're like
Yeah.
16 movies in. You have to
Right.
stay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Although I don't blame the dad for wanting to get out of that theater as quick as possible
Yeah,
after seeing
that is
Ant-Man
fair.
and the Wasp. Yeah.
Fair.
that is fair.
Okay. Next we have Captain Marvel. I gave this C tier. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great. I think it's whatever. C tier for me. Thoughts?
Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts?
This is another D for me, dude.
It's another D
I
for me
can't-
too.
D. I don't think it's as we right now. I'll just let you know. In D, we have Thor: The Dark World and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie's better than that.
I ponder and I go, no.
Wow. Okay.
Here's the thing for
Just
me.
kidding.
It was
You heard it
it's-
here
it's-
first. They don't like women-led movies.
Yeah.
Clip it, Scott.
Black Panther, D tier. Captain Marvel, D tier.
This is a very C tier movie for me until you find out that the reason Nick Fury needs an eye patch is because it got clawed out by a cat.
Yeah, no, that was
Okay.
pretty stupid.
Guess what that is?
That was lame.
Guess what that is?
Garbage.
That wins the lazy award right there.
Ah, okay. Hey, I
Horrible
love
explanation
that.
for that.
I love
No, that's
that.
good.
Okay.
No, that's good. That is
Just because
good.
you said that, I'm not going to argue with you, and
Thank-
I'll just
Yeah,
place
let's
that
go D tier. Yeah.
Go back.
nicely in D tier.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay. And finally, that brings us to Avengers Endgame. I have this A tier. I can't put it in S. The highs are as high as it gets. I mean, that final fight is just like as good as it gets. And I think the start of the movie is really interesting too, when they're like coming to grips with what just happened and they're all down in the dumps. All that stuff is really
Yeah.
great. That second act, like that whole time heist for me is a little overbloated and just I don't think it's S tier is a high bar. I can't put it in an S, but for me it's A tier.
I'll let you guys jump in. You guys jump in.
Man, it's such a tough movie because I'm okay with A, but like, gosh, dude, that last
The highs
act,
are so high, dude.
it's just unreal. I like the bloat, so you heard it here first.
Hey.
If there's something I like, it's bloat. but the I don't know. I it never bothered me. I get why people get upset at the time travel thing. The more I try to understand it and think through it like that, I don't like it, but I almost feel like I don't need to.
Yeah.
So I like it. I would probably be fine with A or S, kind of wherever you guys go. I mean, because
Okay,
that moment
yeah.
for me is like, that's S plus.
Yeah. The on your left? Are you kidding me?
Dude, oh
Yeah.
my
That's like-
gosh, man.
Maybe best quote in the whole MCU. Oh my god.
Well, I don't know, but the I am Iron Man snap is up there too.
That's you're not wrong. But dude, when Cap is just sitting there, his arm cut in half, he straps his shield together. We're like, wait, this dude's gonna fight the whole army on his own? Cap, can you hear me?
Dude.
On your left. Oh
Yeah.
my god, man. Come on, bro.
Here's the way I've always described it is like, you know, when I'm someday, you see those videos online of like the people with like dementia and like they can't remember anything, but then like you put like a piano in front of them and they like remember Beethoven. Like, to me, I feel like someday if I'm like dementia riddled and I'm like I'm like stuck in a chair and I'm just like staring at the wall. If you just sit me down and start playing that final act of like Avengers Endgame, I'm gonna know it line for line, dude. I'm gonna be pulled right back in, dude. And it, like that's a thing for me. Like I was a mess when that movie came out, and just sitting in the theater in that the theater was like bedlam, dude. People could not believe what they were seeing. And you want to talk about like Infinity War, like the reason that works is because they're doing things that have never been done before. And like, there's no reason it should work with a cast that big and an idea that ambitious. And then it does. Like Avengers Endgame is like, you think they're like, oh, you know, this movie, I could go without some of the time travel stuff. And I didn't like the Dark World the first time, so I don't necessarily like being back there a second time and this and that. And then On Your Left happens. And it's like, oh my goodness, dude. I like, that's a memory, a moment in my life. I remember like frame for frame, dude. Like that whole sequence is so good that for me, like, I understand people not putting it up in the same tier as Infinity War because Infinity War is just good from start to finish. Man, I don't think that's an S tier for me, like confidently, like safely S tier, just because the final 30 minutes are so fantastic. Gosh, dude, I don't know how Doomsday or Secret Wars could ever touch that, but like, what a high, unbelievable standard. Like you look back on certain things and you're like, how did they even do that, dude? How did they get Toby, Andrew, and Tom in a room together? Like to me, it's like looking back, like seeing where all those actors are now, it's like, man, that's just like the perfect storm of everything. How did they get all like 45 of those people in a room together and make it that good, you know? And that whole sequence of them just running at the Chitauri and the Thanos army, I'm like, man, like there's never going to be a feeling like that again. Like it's so unbelievable, dude. I don't think I can. I understand the A, but personally, I don't think I could ever get off an S tier just off the basis of that final act.
Okay.
100%, man. But it's just lightning in a bottle, man. It's what you're describing. It's lightning in a bottle. It's like for sports fans, like if you were like watching that Cavs Golden State run when they came back from 3-1 and run, that's just like that feeling, those last couple of minutes, like any close game 7 where it's like, that's what it felt like. You felt like you were watching a game 7. You were just waiting. Yeah. This one, we kind of knew how it was going to end, but we also didn't know necessarily who was gonna die. Like we figured they were gonna beat Thanos, but like we just didn't know what emotional beats we were gonna get. And it's just like you walked out of there and you felt like, all right, that's it. Like that was my childhood. Like, all those guys are gone now. Which is now we know is not so much the case. But in that moment, it was just like, man, this was like the climax to everything. There was so much build to this. It felt like we're all going to see our favorite rock concert. Like everyone in there is just so happy to see this conclusion. And yeah, that last part, it's literally one of those things where it's like you go on, if you want to be in a good mood, the last minutes of Endgame and just watch that just to get hyped up. You know what I mean? Just like watching specific quotes from other movies that hype you up or certain moments, like that lives in that space where, again, it's outside of superheroes. It's just like, just from films in general, it's like up there and just like crazy moments.
Dude, and like...
So where do you have it?
I put an S.
And the battle is so good, and you're like, man, this is all I could have ever wanted. And then you're like, man, it's a good thing we got that moment. Like, you know, how could the MCU top it? And then like 2 minutes later, you get that amazing Tony Stark speech. And then like, you're like, man, what a great bookend. And then Steve jumps back in time, and you're like, oh my gosh, like everything I could have wanted out of this movie, I'm getting, dude. It was so, you know, and I remember walking out, and the first thing my buddy said to me is, man, like that'll never be topped. And how special to like sit in a movie theater and just have that experience where we talk about it all the time, but just where you know the good thing that's happening while it's happening, and you can appreciate it for exactly what it is, you know. But
100%, because you can have that envy, like, because obviously we're movie fans and we can look back and be like, damn, what would it have been like to go to see like whatever, like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or The Godfather, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we could actually say like, hey, I got to actually see like whatever Dark Knight, Interstellar. You can tell kids later, hey, I was there for the weekend of Infinity War Endgame. I can tell you all about it. I remember that feeling. People like, what was it like? We were there. Like, and that
was just a pop culture like phenomenon. Like on that, nothing was on that level. Everybody saw this movie. Everybody saw this movie. And maybe some of the stuff like the On Your Left, like maybe didn't hit because if you didn't see Captain America earlier, you don't necessarily get that joke. But then when the portals start opening and everybody pulls up, Like that's just
Dude,
your
the score.
hair is just standing up on your arm, and that's just an emotion that you just don't get anywhere else.
No.
And for the people like us that watched all these movies leading up to it,
Yeah.
like I don't know how I didn't pass out in the theater when it happened. Like it was just so insane, and that's like this is why I love movies so much. And when a standalone movie can do it on its own, it still doesn't reach this level because it's not like years of buildup, but it's that emotion that just pulls out of you, and you just you just inject that right into my veins.
I'm getting chills just talking about it.
Dude,
Yeah, I know,
it's so
right, bro.
freaking
I'm
crazy.
watching something after this. I need to go watch. Like, I don't know which movie it's gonna be. I'm gonna watch Ant-Man 2 after this. That's
Oh, that's
what I
Ant-Man
gotta
2?
do.
Okay, nice, yeah. So I guess it's got to be S tier. You guys went through.
Yeah.
I had it at A. I'm not mad at an S tier. So that concludes our list. Shall we go over it and
I think so.
Let's
I don't know.
let's
see
hear
if see if we have any tweaks. So in S tier we have Avengers 1, Captain America Winter Soldier,
Yep.
Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame
Solid.
in S
Yeah.
tier. Those
I'm
are some
I'm happy with that.
crazy
I'm
freaking
happy.
movies. In A tier, we have Iron Man 1. We have Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yeah, it is.
We have Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Yeah, that's all you guys, that Captain America. But
My veto.
we didn't even use the veto.
No,
I could
it
have
was just
chosen
the one.
something. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we should have got one. No, isn't it? wasn't it?
No,
Oh,
no.
Well, now
our
it is
rules.
Now's your
You're the guest. You're the
Now's your
guest. You're the
chance.
guest.
You're the
You guys
guest.
veto. You're the guest. Guardians 1. We have Thor Ragnarok, and we have Black Panther in A tier.
nice.
In B tier, we have Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yep.
We have Ant-Man 1. We have Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That might be my veto. And Spider-Man Homecoming. That's B tier.
Yep.
In C tier, we have The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, and Iron Man 3.
Okay.
I think that feels good. And in D tier, the bottom of the barrel is Thor: The Dark World, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I think this is a solid list.
I think
Joe.
this is
I'm
Yeah,
already
it's pretty
happy.
solid. Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, sure, we all probably would make tweaks to our own personal lists, but this is something we came together as a group. And I'm
you guys
damn
know where
proud
I
of
would
it, damn
tweak, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with
it.
it.
That's what you gotta
Yeah,
watch
you'd make a lot of
Beyond.
tweaks. You'd make a lot of tweaks, bro. But hey, this one is going on the fridge. I'm damn proud of it. And there you have it. There's the MCU tier list. The pod you're looking for. X, the film room. Rolls off the
Hey.
tongue very nicely. But yeah, I mean, that does it, I guess. Thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. Do you have anything you wanted to add, to say, to finish off?
Yeah, first thank you guys so much for having us on.
Yeah.
We've been looking forward to this for a while. I know you guys are super busy, so I'm glad we got to making this work. You guys are absolutely crushing it, so keep up what you're doing. I
Appreciate
think
that,
you
man.
saw you guys
appreciate
passed over like 110 episodes now or something, right? You're like
We're over one.
I think this
We're
is
over
one. I think the Odyssey was 110.
okay.
I think.
It's crazy in itself.
Yeah.
So definitely like keep that up. And we had talked about this a little while ago, a couple months ago, when I was listening to you guys. I was thinking to myself, they for sure should be bigger than they are. So
Mhm.
that's serious
I
confidence.
appreciate
you guys,
that, man.
'cause,
We appreciate that.
yeah, you guys have really good stuff, and so I'm excited to be able to promote this. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you again.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's
no,
great.
no,
And-
Oh yeah, say what you're
go
saying.
ahead, Dion. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say I appreciate the kind words, man. And like we saw you guys on our radar. Just like I don't know how Scott first saw you. I remember I think I saw you guys thumbnails like on YouTube and stuff. I checked that episode. I was like, I like these guys' vibe, and we're like, oh, we definitely gotta do a collab with these guys. Like you guys seem like fun, and this episode was hilarious. Like definitely want to do something like this again. Whether we come on your episode or like
Yeah.
you guys come back on, do these kind of fun tier rankings, talking about whatever it is, like. Maybe we do something before like Doomsday comes out or something like that, or like we do something with Spider-Man's coming out next week, so that's a little soon. But I just love to do something again because this was a fun time.
Yeah, no, not to be redundant, but I think Josh hit the nail on the head. It's like when we first discovered you guys, it was like, it felt like a really great vibe. And yeah, I know that we enjoyed your energy, and you can tell when people really care about what they're doing. And I think that there's so many people within the space that, you know, kind of fall into that clickbaity thing of let's just have these takes just to have them and kind of generate
Yeah.
content. And then there's kind of like another group of people that really want to like take it seriously and have compelling conversations. And so we hold you guys in very high esteem for that. And we respect the heck out of you. And we appreciate you bringing us along on your Avengers journey here.
No, I really appreciate that. And honestly, I'd throw it right back to you guys. Anybody that's listening that hasn't checked these guys out, make sure to. They have some really cool stuff that they do. They do lots of fun, different things. Especially like you guys are big Star Wars guys and, you know, like big quote unquote nerdy content, if I could say that, you know what I mean? But so like we like to dive into kind of like some more movies. Like you guys are covering TV shows and stuff. So like different vibes, but when we have these things that we intersect on the MCU stuff like this, this was really, really fun.
Yeah.
You guys are doing amazing too. You guys got like merch out. You got your new podcast studio. You guys are on fire. I've been watching closely. It's really, really cool to see what you guys are doing. I hope to see you guys continue to grow. Same thing to you. You guys should be bigger than you are. I know you will get there if you keep
100%.
going. And it seems to me like you guys have no plans of stopping. So keep it up. Keep going. Thank you guys again for joining.
Thank you guys for the words. That means a lot, really.
Absolutely.
I'm blushing.
Oh, for sure. And like I'll throw in one last thing too. It's just like I have faith in both of us because especially from this conversation and obviously just listening to you guys, like we love movies. Like I always say to people, like we're not doing this for like, you know what's gonna make us rich? Doing a movie podcast.
Right.
It's gonna take time. But you know what I mean? Like, no, this is something that we like talking about. It's not like we're looking for like what's that next quick thing that's gonna get us like to the moon. It's like we could do this for another 2-3 years and not make any money off of it. This is just fun talking with friends and stuff like that about movies that we love. Like we generally love this. It's not like, oh god, I gotta go watch the Odyssey so I can review it because I gotta pay the bills. It's just like, no, like that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Well, there you have it.
There it
the
is.
pod you're looking for, the Film Room Podcast. Dion, do you have? I don't know if you guys, but at the end of the episode, Dion usually has this little quippy thing. I don't know. Did you come up with anything, or should we?
I don't got anything. All right,
off
week.
the dome. We got Sam. We got Josh. Pish Posh. Applesauce. We're out.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Thank you, guys.